Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, I'm Paula. I break down the biggest macro stories, the crypto market moves, and all the chaos going in global finance in a way that actually makes sense. No jargon, no panic, no pretending to be smarter than anyone else, just clear explanations so you know what's really happening behind the charts. And today we need to talk about Powell, because his speech last night didn't just update the market, it exposed exactly why things are so shaky right now. So if you missed it, don't worry, I've got you. Let's get into what he really said and what it means for crypto. Watching Powell speak is always interesting because he uses the softest, calmest tone while talking about things that should make markets a bit uncomfortable. Last night was exactly that. He didn't say rate hikes again. He didn't say anything dramatic. Instead, he said, the economy is slowing, inflation is still too high, and the Fed does not trust its own ability to predict the next few months. And markets hate uncertainty more than anything. He repeated the same idea over and over. We're going to move carefully, we need more data, we're not declaring victory. Not dovish, not hawkish, just uneasy. And uneasy is bearish in a fragile market. One thing Powell kept circling back to was the labour market. He basically admitted it's weakening faster than they previously expected. Fewer job openings, slower hirings, wage pressures easing. To the average person, that sounds like good news for inflation coming down. But for the Fed, it's a warning sign that growth might be fading too quickly. Powell would never say we're worried the economy is slowing. So instead, he wraps it up in a tidy phrase. Labour market conditions are coming into better balance, which is Fed speak for things are cooling and maybe a little bit faster than we'd like. The market wanted one thing, a timeline. Powell didn't give it. He said the Fed will cut rates once inflation is firmly on track, but he pushed the idea that we're not there yet and we can't risk cutting too early. And that uncertainty slammed risk assets. Stocks pulled back, crypto dipped harder, bond yields barely knew what to do. He didn't close the door on cuts, but he didn't crack it open either. And that's why traders reacted the way they did. So here's the bit that doesn't get said enough. When Powell emphasises uncertainty over and over, it means the Fed cannot confidently model the economy right now. Inflation isn't behaving normally. Growth isn't behaving normally. Consumer spending isn't behaving normally. We're in a weird in-between zone. Better than recession, worse than stability. And markets are terrified of that grey area. Rate cuts aren't guaranteed. Nothing is priced in safely. This is why everything feels shaky at the moment. So what does this actually mean for crypto? Crypto reacts to liquidity, not sound bites. Powell didn't tighten anything, but he also didn't give the green light for risk to run again. So we saw traders de-risking, leverage flushing out, fear returning quickly, liquidity thinning. And every time the market gets like this, I remind people of something. When volatility picks up, exchanges get messy. Funding spikes, liquidations happen fast, outages happen, and people lose money simply because their assets weren't secure. And that's why self-custody matters, especially during uncertainty. Personally, I use a Tangent Cold Store wallet for my long-term holdings because it removes that exchange risk completely. No cables, no charging, no 24-word seed phrase to memorise. It's genuinely the easiest wallet I've ever used. Tangent has a 20% off Black Friday deal until the 5th of December. And they also gave my subscribers an extra 10% with the code Paula. So if you've been thinking about taking your crypto off exchanges or getting set up with a cold wallet, honestly, this is a perfect time. But no pressure. It's just what I use and it's helped me stay calm during volatility like this. So let's talk about the real takeaway. This is a pause, not a pivot. If we boil down everything Powell said to one sentence, we're done hiking, but we're not confident enough to start cutting. That's exactly where we are. Not restrictive enough to crash the economy, not loose enough to send crypto into full bull mode. Everyone is waiting for the next big data point to break the deadlock. Inflation, jobs, consumer spending, global liquidity, Japan's rate decisions, bond flows. It all matters a lot more now because nothing is moving in a straight line. So that's the real story behind Powell's speech. Not a doom, not euphoria, just a nervous middle ground where markets can react to every little change. Let me know in the comments, do you think Powell cuts early next year? Or does he hold until something actually breaks? And if you're fed up of trading all alone, the Crypto Wolfpack community is always there with charts, news, live stream and support. And if you want the exact strategies we use to make money in both the bull market and the bear market, we've put together a completely free course for you. The link to the course and to the Crypto Wolfpack are in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.